What's up, everybody? 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys a video this time on the workouts that I've been doing to, try to lose the dad bod and things like that. So for this particular workout vlog, I actually did not do a private training session with my coach Peter, but I did train at Koa Training Academy, which is my gym. I went through a series of workouts that I kind of put together, and I just want to share that with you guys so you guys know, the kind of workouts that I like to do in order to, be at the best shape possible and also try to achieve my fitness goals. So we're going to go ahead and go through that, and I hope you guys enjoy. So here we go. All right, guys. So with all my workouts, I always start off with a nice stretch. This is very important because getting a good warm-up in means that I'm going to be at less risk for injury. And usually when I stretch, I usually focus on my legs, primarily my quads, my calves. I also really focus on my hips and my IT band. And the reason for this being is a lot of the movements that I do are very explosive. A lot of kicking, a lot of jumps, kettlebells in particular, which you guys know, I love kettlebells. They require a lot of hip movement. So getting my hip and my IT band loosened up is generally something that I focus on. And later on in this part of the video, you're going to see me pick up that little device, which is right next to me there on the blue square. And what that is that's a percussion massager. Now, they are also called a massage gun. They look like a power tool, but they are used essentially to break knots down, spread that lactic acid out that builds up during training. These are very effective devices, but they are also really expensive. You could find cheaper ones like on Amazon, but generally I use them for recovery and also for warm-up. Now, if this is too much out of your price range for those of you that are looking for like a recovery device, you can also use a foam roller, which is what I use too. Or you could just take simply a circular object like a tennis ball or even like a massage ball, and you could use that as well. But as you can see right here, I'm working the massage gun through spots that I know that I get a lot of tension and a lot of lactic acid buildup. Next, I'm going to be moving on to a little bit more warming up. I like to usually run, but I've actually had a little bit of problems with one of my heels lately. So what I'm doing here is using the assault bike that's at my gym, and I'm really happy that we have these because what I like about this particular bike are those handles. First of all, they're very similar to an elliptical, but they actually have a lot of resistance to them. And the way that I like to use this particular bike is I like to do 20 seconds hard work followed by 10 seconds of like light work. So when I do my light work, you're going to see me stand, and when I do my hard work, the resistance goes higher and I am just pushing right through it. And the resistance is actually pretty substantial, especially during the working part of an assault bike. If you guys ever have a chance to use an assault bike, it can give you one heck of a workout, and it's one of my favorite things to do for warming up if I can't run. Now, some alternatives that I like to do as well are jump rope outside of running, or I also like to do burpees without the jump because that can also get you like a nice pump, or I like to do sprints. So if you guys are not a big fan of like long distance running, there's always other cardio that you could use to get yourself pumped and get yourself nice and warm for your actual workout. Something that I also like to do, but I don't have access to it right now, is swimming. My gym does not have a pool. I wish they did, but swimming is something that I love to do as well for warming up because swimming is also great for your lungs. It's also less impact on your joints, which, running is very, very impactful on your joints if you do it a lot. So swimming is also something that I could recommend. But as you can see here, I'm pushing through, putting 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of light work, kind of just getting my heart rate up and also taking advantage of the resistance that the assault bike gives me. All right, next part of my workout that I did for this particular session is I did 4 3-minute rounds of freestyle kickboxing, and every last 30 seconds of the 3 minutes, I do some kind of like a cardio type of an exercise. So as you can see right here, I'm freestyling on the bag. Now, I am pretty short. I am 5'4.5" in height. I look taller on videos, but I'm actually pretty short. So my style of kickboxing, or like when I do Muay Thai, I like to move a lot. So I can see I'm always light on my feet. I also switch stances. While I'm predominantly right-handed or orthodox, I will switch it up to southpaw. And generally what I like to do is when I switch my stance, I'll throw like an overhand or like a surprise hook or something like that to catch my opponents off guard. And it's also because I'm short and stocky, so I actually have a substantial amount of power in my hands and my low kicks. So having the footwork and kind of being evasive and setting up feints is something that I like to do. And also, if you notice my guard when I'm in my kickboxing stance or my Muay Thai stance, I like to switch between a high guard where my gloves are covering the top of my head, so then that way incoming punches I could easily defend. And then I also like to sometimes bring my hands down to my chin. That's called a peekaboo stance. That's something that actually Mike Tyson likes to do, because Mike Tyson was also a short fighter, and it helps with a lot of like evasiveness and power movements and things like that. So right here, you're going to see me doing the last 30 seconds of this 3-minute round, doing pendulum kicks or pendulum low kicks. Essentially, I kick with my rear leg, I move the other leg back to the rear, and then kick with that leg, and I just go back and forth for the last 30 seconds of this 3-minute round. And then I take a 30-second rest, and then I go right back into it for another 3-minute round. So I repeat this 4 times for this particular circuit, because I like doing my workouts in circuit form. Now, the next thing that I'm going to be doing for my circuit is going to be 10 reps of a squat with the barbell, and then afterwards 10 reps of deadlifts, followed by 6 reps of pull-ups. So I repeat that 3 times with as little rest as possible. As you can see right here, I'm doing my squats. I generally don't lift too heavy because I am pretty naturally stocky myself, and my goal right now is to lose some weight, so I don't want to gain too much mass and affect my flexibility and movement. So right here we have my deadlifts. I believe I'm lifting around 180 pounds there. We are using Rogue branded fitness equipment that my gym has, and those red weights are pretty heavy. So this is about 180 pounds here, which might seem light to some of you, but I'm not trying to build up too much bulk. And then right here, I do my 6 pull-ups. Now, I went with 6 because I was already pretty exhausted and my muscles were already on fire, so I don't want to overdo it here. But remember, I repeat this entire thing 3 times, 10, 10, and 6 for the reps. Now, the next circuit that I'm doing here involves the medicine ball and as well as the battle rope. I do 15 medicine ball slams straight down, followed by 15 side-to-side medicine ball slams, and then afterwards I'm going to be doing 30 reps of the battle rope slams. And I love both of these tools because they really work on my explosiveness too. And as you guys have noticed with some of my other workout videos, a lot of them involve very explosive movements because I'm training not only to get leaner, but also to keep my explosiveness, and it's also complementing the sport that I'm involved in, which is Muay Thai and kickboxing. You got to be very explosive when it comes to combat sports. So, you want to be sure that you're doing movements that help you gain that amount of power and explosiveness. As you can see right here, we move on to the battle ropes. 30 slams. These ropes weigh about 25 pounds, so they're pretty heavy if you think about it, especially doing these up and down movements, making these giant waves. So 30 reps of these. And remember, I repeat that circuit 3 times with as little rest as possible. Next circuit that I do involves my favorites, which is kettlebells. I'm doing single arm movements this time, so 10 single arm swings on one side, followed by 10 single arm presses, and then I move to the other side, 10 and 10. And then that little tool that you see right there next to me, that is something that you use when you're doing like Russian twists. So if you guys have ever seen a Russian twist type of an ab movement, it's generally you're in like a sit-up position, your feet are up, and then you're moving side to side. You could do this with a medicine ball. However, what I really like about that tool that I have there, it has that little rope attached at the end of it, so it makes the movement a lot harder but also more dynamic. So I'm doing, again, 10 kettlebell swings on the right, 10 kettlebell swings on the left, followed by 10 presses on the right, 10 presses on the left, and then afterwards you're going to see me go down to the floor, and I'm going to go 10 reps of that little tool with Russian twist. And again, these circuits, I repeat them 3 times with as little rest as possible, so I'm huffing and puffing throughout this entire workout. And the reason why I try to take as little rest as possible is because when I'm actually sparring or like in competition, the rounds are generally 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So if I'm able to explode and be able to keep up the momentum for this long amount of time, imagine what you could do with a short amount of time with sparring or with, competition. So as you can see, that's quite a hard workout right there. And then I finally finish off my entire workout with sprints or suicides. I do 10 reps of these. This is actually a pretty long distance for the jiu-jitsu mats, but this is usually what I like finishing off my workouts with. It seems like I'm going slow, but my legs are on fire. My entire upper body is on fire. I turned my head there because the owner was talking to me, just saying that he was enjoying watching me train and likes my determination. But yeah, guys, this is the workout video that I did for August 4th, 2020. Again, I did not train with Coach Peter this time, but I decided to just go to the gym, do some open gym time on my own, and just kind of come up with my own circuit. So this is kind of an example of what you guys can do if you guys are looking for this particular style of training, you know, building up your explosiveness, not gaining too much mass, keeping the mass that you have, and also burning a lot of fat at the same time. If you guys enjoy these type of videos or are continuously enjoying watching my journey, losing the dad bod, let me know in the comment section below also what you would like to see more from this channel. Thank you guys again for watching.